So here's a quick example of why 3D printing is so great. I have this monitor that I want to mount onto this tripod. The plan is to create a custom 3D printed part that could mount to the back of this monitor and simply connect to this specific tripod, similar to how this is connected here. And I want to have it positioned just beneath the lens. The first step is measuring everything, and remember to measure twice and print once. I'm also measuring the monitor as well to make a complete mock-up in Fusion 360. And the last thing I have to measure are the legs on the tripod. In Fusion 360, I started with creating a mock-up of the monitor with its specific metal bracket. Next, I started creating the adapter that will be 3D printed. Now for this project, of course, it's very important that everything is strong enough. The design itself is fairly straightforward. It has a plate that attaches to the metal bracket on the monitor and a basic kind of cap that will clamp onto the two legs of the tripod. One really important thing to consider when designing 3D printed parts is to avoid stress concentrations by adding a fillet to sharp corners. And to clamp everything together, I'll be using pretty beefy metal nuts and bolts. And you can see here I made a polygon shape of a hexagon to secure the nuts in place so it's easy to bolt together. To make the part even stronger, I added 3 through holes right here. This is because infill is not necessarily strong, but walls/shells are very strong. To make sure the 3D print is plenty strong, I used 4 wall loops, 4 top shell layers, 4 bottom shell layers, and I increased the infill to 30%. The adapter itself will cost about a little under $9 in material. And for this project, I broke my cardinal sin of designing objects that need no support material, but sometimes it's just very convenient to print an object with a little bit of support. Now remember how I said to measure twice and print once? Well, somehow I got the measurement wrong, or slightly, ever so slightly wrong, for the mounting right here. So it just required a little bit of drilling out of the holes and it fit perfectly. And to add some extra grip, I'm adding a little bit of masking tape to these slots. That way it grips really tight to the metal tripod stand. So here's the final result. I think it looks really good and it's exactly what I wanted. And it just goes to show that even though a lot of people think 3D printing is not practical, it could definitely be very practical. If you're brand new to 3D printing, or if you just want to learn more things, head over to 3dprinteracademy.com, where you can find a bunch of free resources as well as some unique STL designs. And I also have some articles about the best 3D printers that you could get. For example, the best bed slinger, or maybe the best 3D printer in general, is the brand new Bambu Lab A1 right here. It's only $2.99 and you can read all about it on this article. You can check out some news and interviews. Here's the interview with the Bambu Lab CEO. It's very interesting. And you can even learn some basic 3D printing tips and tricks, like how to modify STLs, as well as a bunch of resources on 3D modeling. So once again, that's 3dprinteracademy.com. My name is Steven. Thanks for watching and happy printing.